Welcome to the Hot Yoga Revolution evening meditation. My name's Max, and tonight we'll be talking about the habit of negativity. So first, start by taking a comfortable position, sitting with a tall, straight back. And when you're ready, close your eyes. Let your arms rest in an effortless way. And maybe tonight inviting a soft smile to your lips. Allowing the shoulders to gently fall away from your neck. And just feel yourself taking a moment to arrive. And now bring your attention to the breath, following each inhale and watching it turn into an exhale. As soon as you notice like the touch of the breath, note its beginning and follow the breath through the middle to its end. Refine your attention to the most subtle sensations. You might even notice the pause in between each breath, allowing your breath to fall into its natural rhythm and following it. One breath after another, after another. Just take a moment to notice what's happening in your mind. You might find yourself coming back over and over to the same thoughts repeatedly. When we stop and we sit, thoughts of anger, regret, resentment, and negativity all have the opportunity to arise. It's not unusual for us to find ourselves drawn to the negative because we're trained to look for the things that are wrong. Our negativity bias moves our brain continuously in that one direction. So when you notice this happening in practice, and it probably will, don't push the thoughts away. This practice isn't about repressing or changing your thoughts, just noticing the patterns of your mind. Notice what's happening. Then let each thought go and gently return back to your breath. Now take a moment to relax your attention. Tonight, I'd like to talk about negative thoughts and how we can soften them. We all have a tendency to dwell on negative thoughts. We'll replay an embarrassing memory in our heads over and over. We recall a past conversation, fantasizing about that clever little thing we should have said in that moment. We imagine all kinds of things that could go wrong in the future: an injury, a layoff, a breakup, etc. Something I learned in a group therapy session about negative thoughts really sparked my interest. It turns out negative thinking is in our evolutionary biology. Our brains are wired to overlearn from negative experiences, but underlearn from positive ones. This tendency helped our ancestors evaluate threats and avoid danger. But for the most part, that process isn't needed anymore today. When we dwell in negativity, our stress increases and our happiness suffers. So here's a process that I also learned in a group therapy session that you can use to help reshape your negative thinking. So let's say, for example, you're stuck in a thought cycle that goes something like this. I thought that first month of dating that new person went really well, but he or she left anyway. I'm not good enough. I will be alone forever. So first, as we learn in practice, we monitor our thoughts. When a negative thought arises, observe it. Notice if that thought sounds familiar. Is this something you hear yourself saying over and over? For me, in a situation like that, the "I'm not good enough" thought comes up often. Negative thinking is a habit, so it's useful to notice our thought patterns. Second, don't suppress the thought or judge yourself for having it. Telling yourself, "I have to stop thinking about how I'm not good enough." Telling yourself you have to stop having that negative thought won't alleviate it. So instead, just bring awareness to what's happening. Say to yourself something along the lines of, "I'm obsessing about my future and I'm stuck in negative thoughts." And third, challenge the runaway thought cycle. Ask yourself, is my situation actually that bad? Or is my judgment being clouded by fear and anxiety? Does the outcome of a single relationship really determine my future? Am I solving anything by dwelling on these negative thoughts? When we separate from a negative thought, recognize it, and challenge it, we remove its power. We have to practice this over and over in order to change our tendencies. Of course, negative thinking isn't always unwarranted. Sometimes we focus on problems in order to find their solutions. But most of the time, our negative thinking only harms us. So the next time you wander off into the darkness of your mind, reach back for the light. Let the light in. Shine the light of awareness on your negative thought patterns and watch them lose their power. We may feel helpless when we're swept away by a negative thought cycle, but with awareness and effort, we can overcome it. Now gently bring your awareness back into the room. Bringing your hands to prayer at heart center. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for joining us in meditation this evening. Lifting your thumbs up to your third eye forehead center. Touch in. And together, we bow as one as we say, Namaste.